Fuck, I don't want to just hold on to what I have to say till later because I just want to say it and then move on. All right, cool. Let me go full screen this real quick. This will be real fucking quick, okay? Asim Nadar, welcome back for 2. Turning off the music. Okay. So, I'm sure some of you guys are here to hear about the stuff related to the recent news for OTV. Let me talk about what's happened so far. Fed is no longer a part of OTV, and he has left the house, and he's been gone for a couple days. This is because of allegations against him. Confirmed allegations of what he did to members in the house, as well as our friend group. I don't really want to talk too much about Fed. If you're interested in what kind of he's done, I would say that Pokey kind of said a lot of what he's done to us and the friend group. I will say in general, it is not just an alcohol problem that made him do what he did. It was a situation where he ends up always kind of manipulating the truth to make himself look better in a lot of different ways, in ways that you don't really need to. You know, if your friend group, if you're like friends with someone, like I always trust Fed and whatever he says about anyone, but it came back to a situation where I found out that it wasn't always the truth. We came out with the statement because after we had a 3-hour intervention with him and 7 other girls, and 6 of the girls all came out with stuff against him, he proceeded after that day to contact the people who weren't there and kind of do exactly what we told him was the problem, which was to tell them only his side of the story, and kind of spin it in a way where he ended up being the better person. But it's like, I don't think that's like, we just had an intervention about it, so it felt kind of weird. Regardless what ended up happening, I hope that you don't end up kind of flaming Yvonne or Lily or Pokey for coming out, or Fed. Honestly, even after all we've been through, he has done a lot of good for us and OfflineTV, as well as I still deep down think he is a good person, but he has a very flawed kind of mindset with how to approach situations. That being said, the number one thing I wanted to focus on, that's all I'm saying about Fed, straight up. That's it. The thing I wanted to focus on is I saw a lot of comments about Offline, and just in general, I feel like as someone who is kind of the head of Offline, although to be honest, the way Offline generally works, I don't want to delve into the specifics, but it's like a combination of all the core members, and many of the core members take up responsibilities of what they're comfortable with and what they end up doing. I would say like Fed was always the content ideation, plus he was more, him and Lily help control like kind of the emotional aspect of the group. Me, Toast, and Pokey always controlled kind of the more business aspect, kind of more logical things that would occur on either day by day. And Yvonne would help facilitate like the entire spectrum across the board. And that's how we've operated for a while. Recently, because of Fed exploding on his stream, like literally like top 2 streamer in his section, top 1 marble streamer ever. He invented a category pretty much. Ever since that happened a couple months ago, he was our content lead and our ideation person for all of our YouTube videos. And he stopped being very effective at it because obviously balancing 2 things at once is a problem. And in the past, it was a problem to the point where he had to quit streaming. So it came back, and obviously we don't want him to give up his success. It is incredibly stupid for him to go back to being just our guy working our videos. So we ended up looking for another person to help us full time. And we brought him in about kind of a couple weeks ago, a month ago, Broden. He's been helping us a lot, setting up shoots, and they've been very, very good, very successful, I would say. Because while Fed was trying to balance both of them, the shoot quality kind of got factually a little bit worse, just because it's really hard to balance both of the two. So Broden is and was helping us and will continue to help us in the future. I know a lot of people are worried about like Fed's disappearance means that Offline ends up dying. I will not argue that Fed was a core member of Offline and hard carried Offline, especially during our 2019 arc. What season is that? Season 2? But I will say every single member of Offline is important. Whether it was the past or the present or the future, that's just kind of weird. But every person Offline kind of contributes in their own way, I would say. And I don't really want to downplay other people by saying just Fed ended up being the reason why we're successful, when realistically, like, without all the people that we had, Offline would never get off the ground. When people ask me like the secret to success for Offline, I always tell them it's the people. And I don't think they really understand, because businesses come up to us and they're just like, how do you do it? And we're like, it's the people. And now I could say it's the people, luck, the people, and trauma. So that's actually the fucking chemical X. So that's all I have to say about Offline. Let's move over to the topic of Lily. Kind of Lily's situation, the Chris Pekka situation. I will say Chris was extremely helpful in our formative years, and we fell apart due to a lot of different reasons, including the reason that kind of got let out. I 100% I want to say this, and I feel really bad saying this, but if you're one of the people who kind of minimized Lily coming out and talking about the situation, go fuck yourself. I'm really upset that she had to essentially deal with so much hate because she was brave enough to stand up for her friend as well as for her housemates. And I cannot be more upset about the situations that ended up happening. I will 100% believe her accounts of the situation, and I will be honest with you, I think Chris got off kind of easy. Due to Lily's wishes, I won't push the matter more, but I will say, yeah, he got off a little bit easy. There are some situations that I would say in that situation that didn't quite add up. And the one thing I have to say especially is the tweet he ended up making at 6 a.m. this morning, where he said he was collaborating with Lily to write a statement and there was problems with the statement. That wasn't happening. And I felt really weird that he put Lily in a situation where she had to essentially assist or him be a liar. I'm not comfortable with that, and I want to be truthful in the sense that did not sit well with me. I think that's the only thing I have to say. I think Offline will continue operating, and I guess I'll let you guys be the judge of our future videos. I want us to return to normal, and I don't know exactly how to do that. We have 2 videos with Fed in the future, and we've talked a lot amongst ourselves to whether or not we're going to release it. On one hand, obviously, we're kind of promoting and abetting someone that we removed from the company. On the other hand, I think it shows off a lot of kind of Broden and his ability to kind of do his job, as well as it kind of pushes Offline more toward that normalcy period that I really want. Like, that's kind of what I care about the most over everything. I don't care about the money that the video makes or the fucking clout that the video gets or the views. That doesn't matter as much as like just kind of setting back into a normal set of things for us and our members. We'll let you guys know what we do. I don't know right now. We'll figure it out. The final thing I have to say, and I really wanted to thank a couple of people. One, Dr. K for immediately answering Lily and helping her this morning after what happened yesterday. It's really nice of him. I know he didn't do it for like any kind of thing, but like it's not like a clout thing or like he just did it because he accepted. He was really nice about it and really helped Lily through a tough time. Additionally, Destiny came over at 4 a.m. last night and kind of walked through. And as a person who was firsthand account of the situation, was able to break down and really help Lily out. I think both those people deserve a lot of props. If you're sad about what ended up happening to a lot of the members, I'm sure they will all stream in the future. Please give them your support because I had an easy job during this. Me supporting my friends is something I want to do anyways. A lot of them had a lot more flack that they ended up taking. I know, hate on the internet, so I can get used to it, right? But it is something that weighed them down, and I can promise you, actually, that our house did not sleep well in the last week. It's been pretty bad, and I think every year we have a humongous trauma that ends up happening to us. I'm hoping this year we don't have a second one. And that's all I have to say about the matter. Please support the people when they end up streaming. It would mean a lot. That's it.